Hello everyone and welcome to another To Die For Friday. Before we jump into the card, I first want to apologize for any background noise. I am actually filming this while my kids are up and home and all that fun stuff. So they are out back playing. So I'm sure you'll hear some kids screaming and I apologize for that. Most likely not mine. But I'm also, doing a load of laundry and drying laundry and just there's going to be some background noise. So I apologize for that. And then, of course, any interruptions that my kids do. So for today's card, I had actually picked out a theme from my idea can, but I had so many issues just trying to get that done on film that I gave up and decided not to. But I like the idea that I had when I picked it. So the theme was graduation. So I had decided to use the puffy cloud, the simple puffy cloud dies, these ones down here, and the shooting star. This is like take 50 as far as I'm concerned. I've been trying to film this all day. So I used those two die sets as well as the stitched frame squares. So those will be the dies featured in today's card, and the theme was graduation. So the idea that ended up rolling through my head as I was kind of putting that together, I ended up really liking, but not the way I was trying to do it. So I'm still kind of sticking with that theme, but it's not technically, it's kind of confusing. Like the way my brain worked today, yeah, so I really like the card. I like the way it turned out as I was planning for the other card. I was trying to make a shaker card for the other one. Wasn't working. But I really liked the way this card laid out. So it can be used as a graduation card. That is totally possible. I'm going to be using very simple colors. It's going to be black, gray, and white with a little pop of color in there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to die cut out all my pieces so they're ready to go, and we'll see you here back in a bit. Okay, so here are all of my pieces die cut out, but I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with my card base so that I can get that moving. I'm going to be making a one layer card, sort of, and I'll explain as I go. I have two pieces of the shooting star rainbow die. I'm not exactly sure what you want to call it. I have it in black and I have it in white. I haven't decided which one I want to use, but I have them both, so I figured I would go ahead and just keep them both and then decide from there. We're going to kind of see how the card goes. So I'm going to set all my pieces aside. I have a piece of excuse me, heavyweight cardstock. This is 110 pound cardstock, cut down to 4.5 wide, and it's going to be a 4.5 tall top folding card. But in order to make that, I have to actually cut this down to be 9. Oh, there's one of my kids. Hold on a second. Okay, so I've trimmed down the card. It's going to be a very long video. I trimmed down the card to be 9 inches long. And then we will score it on the 4.5 mark. Yep, that's it. That just helps, since it's such a thick card, just makes the folding easier. And we're going to go ahead and fold that over. I'm going to take the bone folder. Oof. Well, that's what I get for helping my kids with homework back here. So now we have our card base. I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to go deal with my oldest real quick. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Okay, back. Oh, it's going to be a very long video. Okay, so now that we have our card base, I'm going to go ahead and open it back up here just so it lays flat. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this down. And if this piece is not exactly the same width, it might be a little bit smaller. In fact, I actually need to trim the top here just a little, just to ensure that it fits on the card base. This is for, oh, I guess, okay. Never mind. Ah, it's going to be one of those days. So we're just going to take our tape runner and get it in place. And I'm sure I'm probably doing this like the hardest way possible, but I just want to get the card done. I mean, it's just been one of those days. I cannot tell you. Of course, now that I'm doing this, I realize I probably should be using glue. Oy, whatever, right? This card will get done. This will get put up on the blog. If I have to make a deal with the devil, this will get done. Okay. But, you know, wouldn't mind a little Crowley. Anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick that in place. May have to trim a little off the bottom later, but hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to take our cloud pieces. We're just going to kind of insert them in. So this is what I meant by a one layer card. We're just going to, everything's going to be inside. But we have to decide if we want to do the white, the orange there is just to hold the pieces in place at the moment, or the black. And I think I'm actually going to take the white pieces and I'm going to use my Copics on them. As soon as I find my scrap piece of paper here and my temporary adhesive. And I think I'm just going to give them a little bit of a gray color using my Copic. So let's do C2, I think will be good. Might be a little darker than I wanted, but that's okay. Hopefully this will stand out against the gray that's in there. And no, it blends in. So let's do a little darker then. I don't want to go black, I don't think. I think I want to stay white or gray, but I want it to be a little bit more, a little darker, than what's there. So I have this piece that I cut out from the center there. Hopefully I'm on camera. Give me just a second. I'll fix that if I'm not. Oh, just barely. So, C5 might be a bit too dark. Let's go C4. Yeah, I think that'll... I want this to have kind of a shadow look to it, as if, you know, the star is so bright it's created a shadow on the burst behind it, I guess is what you could call it. Probably didn't need to go up that dark, but that's okay. Yes. Much, much nicer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use glue for that as soon as I can find it. Get rid of the... Oh, oh no, am I out of glue? Crap, I think I'm out of glue. Yay for my day. It's there, but it's not coming out. Maybe it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. It was just super gunked up. Okay. So we're just gonna put a little bit of glue, or a lot, because it now seems to be coming out in drones. But we're going to take one of the cutouts that I have sitting here. We're just going to kind of scrape and spread that glue out a bit. That way it doesn't ooze over much. Okay, now we're just going to add our little rainbow burst pieces. I clearly need to get back into the swing of making cards and filming at the same time. So we're just gonna squish them together and press them as close together as we possibly can, so they all lay flat. And now that I have glue all over my fingers, then we're gonna go ahead and glue the clouds in place. I'm going to start with this small one here. We're just going to line that one up. Now, like I said, oh, I see what I forgot to do. Actually, I need to trim off just a little bit. So it's not as bulky behind the cloud right there. Perfect. So like I said, you could use this as a graduation card, you know, as just a cheer up, you know, cheer me up, cheer them up kind of a card. But my original thought or theme was supposed to be graduation, and I really like how it turned out. So I'm gonna place this one in here. Make sure everything's stuck down. Get all the glue off my fingers because it's sticking to everything now. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold that back up, crease it down. And before we go attaching everything, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this paper. We're going to use our stamp, and I'm going to use the Mini Misty here, I think. I think that would be the best, and probably should have been done first. Ouch. Oy. And now I lost my my stamp. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be one of those days. Give me a second while I look for it. Okay, so I just spent the last 15-20 minutes. Obviously, in video land, it's not that long, but I just spent the last 15 minutes looking for the stamp that I was going to be using. So I was going to be using the Reach for the Stars stamp from Lawn Fawn's Lucky Stars stamp set. Well, it got stuck on my plate for my die cutting machine. Didn't realize it. It was tough going through, but I'd found an extra piece of paper stuck to the top on the inside, so I thought that that's what it was. Nope. I ran my stamp through my die cutting machine, so it chomped it up nicely. So now I no longer have that sentiment. I may just go and see if I can buy the stamp set again, because I really did like that one. So we're going to continue with the card. I'm going to get my other stamp and get everything all ready, but I wanted to share that with you, that, you know, your dies or your stamps are not designed to go through your die cutting machine. Oh, lordy. Okay, hold on. Okay, I have everything all set up. I'm sorry about the shadow, guys. The sun just came back through, but I want to finish the card. So I have everything laid out. I have the You're a Star on here, as well as some stars. I'm going to stamp those using whatever ink I find. I'm going to use Onyx Black ink, VersaFine. So we're going to stamp that up without making hopefully a huge mess. Which I still managed to do. Oh, I swear, just not my day for a card. I want to wipe off the ink down here at the bottom before I go stamping. My luck, I'll mess it all up. And I had decided to use black just to kind of tie in the border. Nothing's going to be stamped on the inside. Those all look nice and crisp. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe them off. And I'm thinking I need to add some, but we will see after we add the star. So we're just gonna leave those stuck on there so I don't lose them again. Close this up, because again, knowing my luck. Knowing my luck. Oh, now I've lost my border piece. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it is. Hiding under my Misty. Oy. I'm gonna use a glue pin here to attach this. I apologize if I am off camera, guys. I really do. I feel like this should just not have been a card now. My favorite sentiment got ruined. This card is taking forever. Yeah. I just leaked glue through my die cut. Yay, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to put this in place, and in fact we're going to stand it up on end to ensure that it goes straight. Okay. We're going to squish that down. Never had glue come out through the holes. My die cutting machine must have really punctured them. Clean up my mat here a second. Oof. Okay. Dry that off a little. Sorry guys, that glare is really bad. I'm afraid if I get up, I'm not going to finish this card. So hopefully, let me see if I put it all in the sun. Ooh. Put it all in the shade. Turn off the light. That doesn't help. Turn off this light. That didn't help either. It doesn't turn dirt either. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. We're just going to keep going. We're going to take our foiled star here. I just had some Recollections foil for die cutting machines. You know what, I'm not even sure that glue is going to hold. So we're going to go ahead and use some multimedia matte to hold that in place, hopefully. We're just going to put little dots in the corners and drag towards the center. I clearly still have some glue on my fingers, and then kind of a good sized blob there. Oops. Put the cap back on. And this is going to hang off of our card just a little, or just outside the border here. Not much. And then I think I'd like to add a couple more of the stars. So we're going to go with the small ones first. Woo, let's not touch that to anything. And our ink. We are going to finish up this card. Oof. I'm gonna add just a couple more here. Kind of fill in some of the places or empty spaces. I think it's bedtime. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so there's our finished card. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Just never had a card. Just, oh, so bad. So there's our finished card. And of course now there is all kinds of little spots on the front. But thankfully they are just glue and can easily be erased away. Of course, I'm doing this over VersaFine ink, which may or may not have dried. It's okay. Alright. We'll fix it in post. So there's our card with our nice little metallic. And in fact, I am going to add something on the inside. I have another one of those stars. Metallic stars. Oh, let me get that out of the way. Sorry. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to add that to the inside of our card here. Again, using Multi-Matte just to hold it down. And I think we're going to put it in the bottom corner. Right here. Just for a little something on the inside. I know I'm off camera. I'm so sorry. But that sun is really... You know, I rearranged my room so the sun wouldn't be a problem. So there you go. Oh, thank you guys for being so patient. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. And we'll see you next time. Bye.